Well, good morning, everyone. Long time no see. Let me shut off this fence. So, yeah, things have changed a little bit. And I figured I would come on here and talk to you a little bit and let you know what's happening. So as you can see, I've made a lot less videos lately, and there are reasons for that. We have had a lot of things scheduled that don't really pertain all that much to the homestead, so Aaron's had a lot of appointments for different testing and things like that for his brain because of the accident. And we've had some stuff going on in the house that was already scheduled, so we had the entire upstairs recarpeted, well, of course, except for the bathroom. But the whole thing had to get redone, so that was a chore and a half. Chickens. Just different projects that we've had to get finished, and that I wanted to get finished before the winter comes. I didn't want to be doing all of this in the cold weather with windows open. I have repainted the entire upstairs, and right now our last big project for the upstairs is to remodel that bathroom. I have my uncle making a cabinet for that bathroom because the bathrooms are so tiny. I mean, so tiny. Like if you open the cabinet under the sink, it hits the toilet. You can't actually utilize under the cabinet because you just can't get to it. It's a very, very bad design flaw, I guess, all of that. So anyway, he's making a cabinet with like sliding doors and some shelving, and because there's no storage, and we're trying to get that finished. So once that's done, that's it really for the upstairs. I've already repainted everything. Everything else is done. And there's just a couple little things left. And then the downstairs kitchen flooring is something that we've been talking a lot about, because that's actually the last huge project that we want to get done in this house. And I think that's probably going to do it for us as far as remodeling inside the house, because you know, we are going to end up selling this at some point and getting an even bigger property. So we don't want to go too far with it, but we want it to still look updated and look nice. So we butchered, as you saw in the last video, turkeys and some of the meat chickens. Was that a week ago? A little over a week ago. And we left some of them to get a little bit bigger because I did order them at different times, and then I got some at Tractor Supply. So they were all different ages, so we kind of had to go through and pick out the ones that were big enough to butcher. And we were going to do the others. Ooh, good thing I heard that snap, because I would have touched that fence. And it's on, and I totally forgot. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I don't know, let me shut this off real quick. Anyway, so we were gonna butcher these guys this weekend, but that didn't work out because I still think that they're just not big enough yet to butcher them, to make it worth it. Some of them might be because they were just on the edge last week, so I'm gonna check them now and see who might be ready. And honestly, I'm looking at them, and they're probably good and ready for this weekend. All right, I'm gonna let these guys out, and then I think we were waiting for Ayden's buttercup squash here to be done, and I'm looking at it, and I'm guessing it's done. And this is part of where we want to expand the garden for next year, and we're letting these guys do the work for that. I mean, this was Ayden's garden, guys. Remember this? This was his garden. This is all, these chickens have done a number on it. They've eaten everything out of it. and they're fertilizing it for next year. So, but now we want to expand it and make it go out farther. I'm gonna let these guys out. They're going nuts. Alright, that's done. I may move them over a tad bit more. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. But part of the reason for moving them over too is not just so they can have some more fresh grass, but also the greenhouse here is going to serve as a winter shelter, I guess, for goats. Wednesday, today's Monday, so in 2 days we're getting 2 goats. We're getting a doeling and a wether. Both are Nigerian dwarfs, which is exactly what I wanted. So we're actually pretty excited about this. We've been wanting it for a while and kind of putting it off because we just didn't know what was going on, and there's just so much happening. But the lady who we have been in touch with who sells goats is, she contacted me last night and told me she has these 2 now, and wanted to know if we wanted first dibs, and we talked about it, and yeah, we're getting goats. We have been so busy that honestly I haven't even been out here to check on anything in a while. It's been at least a week. So I figured today's a little bit, oh, I got a carrot sticking out of the ground, that's cool. Today's a little bit nicer day. It's been a little cool, but today I think it's supposed to be 70, possibly. So I figured I'd come out. The kids are in the house still. I'm doing all the animals and checking up on the garden, seeing what's ready, what's not, how things are doing, and you know, just kind of going from there. I planted the garlic already for next year, so I took out all the tomatoes. Actually, I should probably show you that because it's been a while. So as you can see, all the tomatoes are gone. This was the whole bed of tomatoes. We took it all out, and I planted garlic in here. So hopefully next year we'll have a good garlic crop. I think I did it probably halfway down. I think I had 4 huge bulbs of garlic that I got from a farm. I'm kind of thinking I want to do more though. I don't know if I don't think that's enough. I use a lot of garlic. I use garlic probably every single day in dinner. It's just something, one of them staples that we use a lot of. The peppers are winding down. We still have some on here. We've got this little guy, and there's some down there and there. I mean, there's peppers pretty much, well, almost on every plant right now. Almost, not all of them. And we've got some jalapenos still going, Swiss chard. So this stuff is still kind of going. That frost we had didn't seem to hurt it much. You know, so why not let it grow, right? We do have some broccoli still coming in. I harvested all of the other green onions that we had in here, so those are in my freezer. There are some more growing, but the bigger ones are now in the freezer, which is great. And we have broccoli all over the place, really. These guys have gone to flowering, and some have already gone to seed, which is great. Oh, over here too. So yeah, but you can see there's broccoli everywhere. And I think that's what we're gonna have with dinner. I don't know what I'm making yet. Maybe a chicken. Maybe some pork. I don't know, because we've got a lot more pork coming soon. There's 3 pigs up in there. 3 of them, and they're huge. They're already huge. We made that, I don't know if you can see that and from the last video, but we made that so much bigger because they're getting bigger. So it pretty much takes up from, I don't know if I'm being accurate on here, I can't see 100%, from here all the way over to there. So they've got quite a bit of space up there. We moved them, we expanded it, we had to make that 4 knocks, so it's like it's a fence out of pallets, because these particular pigs don't like to stay in their fence. They've gotten out a couple of times, and yeah, that's not okay. I'm just gonna check these carrots, see how they are doing. I don't see any other tops out. I just saw that one, wherever it is. Oh, there's some right here. I don't know, they're little though, so yeah, there's actually a whole bunch of tops out. I don't know if these are going to get much bigger, actually. There are tops sticking out here. Quite a bit, actually. Then again, I don't want the animals to get to them, because they will. The animals love my garden. Look at this thing. This was like completely sticking out the top here. I don't even think that's edible. I have to give that to the chickens. Hey, you guys want a carrot? Oh, yep, they snapped that up real quick. I don't know. I remember going through this last year. I remember specifically, like, what is happening to my carrots? Why aren't they growing? So, alright, well, we'll see what happens. We've also had a good amount of rain in the past week and a half to 2 weeks. A lot of rain. We've had a lot of rain. And these are my, what are these? Green beans? These are the green beans that are just little guys. There's not a lot of them. These are the ones I planted for the fall garden. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how big they're supposed to get, but there's a bunch of little babies. There's a tiny one. That's a little guy. Yeah, he's tiny. So, these were the bush beans, green beans, and I've gone ahead and just let whatever was left on these go to, well, dry out so that I can save the seeds. We did not get any pumpkins this year, not one. We got a lot of vines and leaves and things, but no pumpkins at all, which is disappointing because we really wanted pumpkins. So yeah, so that's what's happening over here. Everything's pretty much gone. We pulled out the corn, and the beans are just finishing drying out so that I can save the seeds. Alright, so I was just doing the editing actually to this video, and noticed that it's starting to get long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overall update for you guys on everything, including what we did this year, what worked, what didn't work, and you know what the plans are for next year. A couple of things have been tweaked and changed. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. One of the kids were in the greenhouse and didn't shut the door. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you guys a full update video, probably the next video, which will be, I mean, it'll be sometime this week. As far as frequency of videos, I'm going to try to get more out. I'm going to try to give more information, maybe give some info on stuff that we've learned from doing this, you know, just the typical stuff. But I am going to try to get more content out to you guys. Things are just starting to maybe calm down. I spent a couple of good developments with Aaron as far as his therapies and all of that goes. So things are just starting to settle, and all of the bigger projects are getting finished. So all of the stuff that we were rushing to get done, because one, everything was put on the back burner because of Aaron's accident, is now having to get done fairly quickly, just because, again, I'm trying to beat the cold weather and snow and everything. I'm going to update you guys on everything, and I'll let you know what is happening and what we have planned for the future, and hopefully you guys, you know, still stick with us. I know that because, you know, I wasn't making as many videos, I did lose some subscribers, and that's understandable. I totally get that. I do appreciate those of you who came over from other channels that mentioned us, or you saw maybe a post or something like that, a comment. So I do appreciate you guys hanging out with us and coming along on this journey. I'm excited for what's coming. We've got, the fall is here, winter is coming, and some new stuff. Nothing crazy at this point planned. We need to get these pigs butchered. They are leaving here on November 15th. They're getting brought to the butcher, taken care of. We are selling one of those pigs. After it's butchered, we sell the entire pig to somebody who has bought it. Another pig we are piecing out to people actually at Matt's work who want some pork, but don't want the whole pig, and then we're keeping another pig. We still have plenty of pork from our first 2 pigs, but we are going to keep another pig for the winter. So, oh my gosh, I feel like there's like a million things to tell you guys. Good job, B! Get him! Get him, B! Mr. B, he chases the chickens back in, where'd he go? Back into the fence. Mr. B! Go get him! Go get him, B! He doesn't hurt them. He doesn't try to bite them. He literally just chases them and they run back into the fence. So, anyway, I am planning my best friend's wedding. That's a movie, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, she's hired me actually to plan this wedding out, and it's a possibility that we may do it here. I don't know, but the thing is that she wants a winter wedding, so it would involve a tent and all of that stuff. But yeah, so that's a huge thing for me to be getting into. I love to plan events and decorate and things like that, so right up my alley. Trying to generate more income for our homestead in different ways, but in ways that we enjoy, ways that we want to do. I do not want to do anything that is going to feel bogged down or overwhelming or stressful or anything, because that's part of why I stopped vlogging so much, is things started to get very, very overwhelming for me, and I needed to take a break from a whole lot of stuff and just focus on what was important and what needed to be done at that time. So thankfully things are getting better, and so I'm starting to take more on. Did a craft fair, still making candles, guys. If you're interested, countryviewchandlery.com, or right here, right on Facebook. Plenty of those. Got fall and Halloween scents and Christmas scents coming soon, very soon. And yeah, so whole lots of stuff in the works, and I'm glad you guys are with us, and I hope you continue to stay with us, because it's, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's just gonna get better from here. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do so. Subscribe to our channel, join us, you know, ring the bell if you want to get notified. And now there's a helicopter going over, and you know, we're not going anywhere. It may slow down a little bit right now, but we're not going anywhere.